Gypsy Rose and Katie Joy, they're the true bullies. And there's no honor amongst thieves, right? Let me show you guys a few things to prove exactly what I'm saying.
People connected to this family about the issues with the people around her, about Lifetime, about the monetization of this, the exploitation of this. It's just, when you have a machine like Lifetime that's leading the charge and is demanding that people post and push and promote, your voice becomes so small. Like before she had a release and before she was released, my feedback was taken and actually valued. And once the machine started rolling, like my voice kind of got like lost. You know, they don't listen really anymore. And I don't expect them to do what I tell them to do, but they had always been like, oh yeah, you know, maybe we should just kind of lay back and chill out, you know, kind of thing. But Lifetime has money to make. And then they got linked up with this Brie girl, and that was a huge problem because I was like, why do you have her going on there like bulldog attack and like fighting with people and getting nasty with people? It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. You are correct. And I think because she is so comfortable seeking attention and she grew up with a mom that taught her to seek attention, this is what she knows how to do. She doesn't know how to do anything else. And because she's not really getting therapy or doing extensive therapy, like this girl needs intense therapy, not once a week therapy. But because she is so focused on the money side of things and they've really hyped her up to believe she can make millions. I'm not lying when I tell you that they have an agenda. I mean, hell, Lifetime wanted her to get pregnant for a storyline. It's so gross. I was so disappointed when I found out that they were doing a documentary, this reality show. By the way, it's not a documentary. This is reality TV. Christy, I can understand where she comes from because she's just being a very protective mother. Like she's honestly just trying to protect Gypsy. But I do think that she can sometimes really get
protect the bag.
Too much feedback that's negative. And I can understand wanting to stop the hate, but and wanting people to see the person you see, but you can't control how other people view you, and you can't control what other people see and the conclusions they draw based on what they know. You can only control what you do. And I've tried to tell them that. I mean, I've tried so many ways to do this, and I don't have anything against Christy. And with Christy, yeah, I know that she's had some issues with Nina in the past, and I've told them, and I asked them and specifically suggested that they not interact with these creators because they're never going to change their mind. You know, like Nina has a very set opinion of Gypsy, and nothing that Gypsy would do would ever convince Nina that Gypsy isn't who Nina thinks she is, right? And so trying to get into the weeds with her would just cause more conflict. I don't know if that makes sense. I just have tried to remind them that they can't control what other people say about them. But I think, you know, that can be hard if you're not used to this kind of exposure. So there's a lot of misinformation out there about Nicholas Godejohn. And I think one of the challenging aspects is that people just put it all on Gypsy. Like she manipulated a guy that had a low IQ into doing this for her. And I think it's a very easy conclusion to draw. But I also think you have to remember that the state, in this case, is not going to cut her a deal if there isn't conclusive evidence that she was a victim of abuse. They're not going to give her mitigating factors if there's not evidence that she felt compelled that she had no other way out. And the state was very clear that Nicholas was a very dangerous individual that was looking to hurt people. The challenge with your video and her video, I don't know that it's like her copying you. I mean, she could have been. I don't know what's in Gypsy's mind. I just know that she was getting a lot of feedback at the time from a lot of people that she wasn't looking like an advocate. Not just like people like you or the anti-Gypsy, but feedback in her own life that if you want to be an advocate, you have to look like an advocate. So I can't say. I mean, I think that there would be common themes that most survivors would have and opinions that most survivors would share that are common. Is it directly related to you? She could have seen yours and been inspired by it, maybe. Do you have examples of anything that she's said to you? I don't want to diminish what you're seeing either. I don't want to gaslight you. So there could be. I just don't know.
But you are.
The challenge with...
So here, Kate is showing her medical records and proof. This is the same things that she tried to use, not like her actual proof, but the same things that Kate said she used on there. And then also she combined that with the stuff that Kate said on the live. These are the conversations that are being said. And this is just to show you who this lady really is. And then at the end of all of this, she said this. If any of you have anything to say about Kate sharing this, I'm going to go ham. And the reason why I say that is because Kate Joy or Steals Joy, whatever, she's not credible and she's shown who she is. So here she says, I completely understand. Then Katie Joy says, I'm deleting my voice memos only because I don't want them saved. You know, when you're scandalous, you don't want anything to be proven. She says, so is she not able to make profit off of the show? She said, from my understanding, no. She said, I'm just asking just to not to share our conversations either. I have no intentions of sharing. I can't stand the drama surrounding what comes from it. But also at this point, Kate did not know what was really going on. So I believe that all of this needs to be exposed. So if anybody wants to come for Kate, come for me. And the one thing I want to add is, I don't know if you guys noticed, she said before Lifetime came into the picture, her feedback was valued. So Katie Joy is only worried or concerned or care about the fact that they're no longer taking her advice because there is a company like Lifetime standing behind her. Katie Joy doesn't care about any of this. She just wants the spotlight. And I just want to know how much Gypsy and Christy paid her. How much did you give for the bag? You ain't got to tell us nothing else. But that check that cleared yesterday, how much was it for? Because we know you got a check.